Welcome back, Drew. I've got one here from Men Only. End of an era. Men are learning to let go of entitled modern women.
I'm literally sitting here shaking, all because of a man. And I just can't do this anymore. So I was kind of seeing this guy and really tried hard to look out for all the red flags. He was saying all the right things, but also the actions matched up. That's usually where I go awry. But anyways, he was saying things to me like, this feels so special. This feels so right. Like, I feel so safe with you. All these things. And then just poof. Done. Gone. Stop talking to me. We work together, so I still see him. And I was like, what's going on? Why have you been kind of avoiding me? You know, this is kind of weird. And of course, he rolls out all the gaslighting of, what are you talking about? I think you had some expectations of me. And I was like, well, I didn't have any expectations of you other than treating me like a human. I would have loved some communication. You just kind of like disappeared. And he's like, no, I'm just doing me and I just do what feels right. And I just do whatever feels good for me in the moment. And some of that was true. Some of it wasn't. I just wanted what I wanted in the moment. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you're actually saying these words out loud. Do you hear what you're saying out loud? You can't actually hear what you're saying out loud because this is insane. Like, do men just...
I don't think women can fathom that they can talk themselves out of a relationship in the same manner a man can talk himself out of sex. She said some things most likely during the, few dates that they went out on that completely turned the guy off from a serious long-term relationship. Women don't get this part. So whether the sexual attraction was there or not is irrelevant. What you said matters. What you expected matters. And you said something that disqualified you. Deal with it. Maybe you should look back inward and wonder, what the hell did I say that caught this guy off guard and he wanted to completely ghost me? They never think about
it. Like, can you imagine? I'm so sick of giving the excuse, oh, they're just a man, they're just this. So they can't have empathy? So they can't think of other people? I'm like, okay, so you just told me whatever you thought I wanted to hear to get what you wanted. That's not okay. And then you just decided to do something else. That's called just being incredibly selfish. It's called being a liar. It's called being a manipulator. That's not called being like true to yourself. He's like, I'm just a loner. Like, I just like listen to what I need, what my body needs. I'm like, you're using a lot of fun words and fun catchphrases to describe someone who is incredibly self-centered. So anyways, that's that. We still work together. He still kind of ignores me. And I still have a big fat crush on the person he was in the beginning, who doesn't exist.
You know, nobody talks about how rough it is to be too loyal. When I say too loyal, I mean, I'm single. And when I am in the talking stage with somebody that I'm taking an interest in, I literally will not talk to another person that flirts with me.
Congratulations.
This makes dating really hard because if I like you and I start talking to you, I'm cutting everybody else off. If I'm cutting everybody else off, that means you're the only person I'm entertaining, period. If you're the only person I'm entertaining and things don't go anywhere with us, it's back to the drawing board. The whole game starts all over again with the next person I start to like. This will cause you to stay single for a long time. It would honestly be a lot easier if I could just talk to multiple people simultaneously and then weed out through the ones that aren't serious until I lock somebody down. But my heart just don't work like that. I'm polyamorous, not polyamorous. I'm just looking for my boo thing, you know?
And it sucks for girls like her that actually try to be, or I should say stay focused on one man at a time and honestly give like 100% to one person, and then it doesn't work out. So it's draining. So you have to start over. She's one of the few that's probably doing this. Most of them have rosters. Most of them fought for this lifestyle. Most of them enjoyed the hypersexualization, the female empowerment, the sexual empowerment. This is what you get. You've essentially tilted the board in the top percentile men's favor. And now the rest of the men are seeing how things are being operated and they want to partake too. So there's no point in settling. There's no point in giving a girl commitment when you can just sleep around with the advent of Tinder and all this stuff, because all your girlies are doing that. This is why she says it would be easier to just have a roster. She knows that because all her friends are doing it. So it sucks. Yes, dating today for good, kind-hearted people is worse because you're slogging through absolute dumpster quality people.
The biggest flex for men and male culture is how quickly they can get a woman into bed with putting the least amount of effort into her. The biggest flex for women in female culture is how loyal they can and how in love they can get a guy to do them.
I would have to disagree because of promiscuity being so high nowadays. How fast and little effort you have to put in to get laid as a man literally holds no value whatsoever because it's one of the easiest things to do. However, I probably would say and put money on it. Most men today will tell you that the biggest flex a man can have is a woman who actually wants to be committed and is loyal to.
No, the biggest flex, hands down, is a successful family. A dude that's married with multiple kids and it's all going right and his woman loves him and she's feminine, fit, friendly, subservient, all the things that were traditional back in the day. Having that now is the ultimate test of a guy succeeding in life or not. Having a woman loyal to, that's bare minimum too. Congratulations. Sleeping with a woman today, bare minimum. Whatever. Hypersexualization. Fine. These are all bare minimums. Having a woman that's loyal to you should not be on top of the board of things to look for. That's generally what you should expect out of your partner, period. This is how far we've fallen in the West, unfortunately. Because telling somebody having a woman that's loyal to me is a flex in a foreign country like Eastern Europe or Southeast Asia, you sound like a moron. That's how far we've fallen. Imagine that we think it's a flex now to have a loyal woman. Why? Because the rest are cheating with rosters. Mind blown how far we've fallen. Really? That's the flex today? She's not jumping on multiple dicks. Congratulations, bro. You succeeded at the bare minimum. That's what your great grandpappy had by default. No, seeing a dude with a successful family, that's a fucking flex. Not only is that a personal flex of his manliness because he got a nice trophy wife woman, but secondarily, financial flex because he could support a family in this economy and they're well dressed. They are well fed. He's got a nice roof under his head. He is supporting his family and being a man, the ultimate in protection and provision embodied. Multiple kids, big ass house, beautiful wife with the dog, yada, yada, yada. Quote unquote, the American dream. That's the hardest shit to hit on today. Everything else, man, crapshoot.
You. That would be the biggest flex for a man. It's 2024. I mean, look at my video, one of my recent videos that's got the most views going viral right now. And it's just filled with men in the comments talking about just how much they got cheated on, how often they're being cheated on. Getting laid is literally one of the easiest things to do in today's society because no one cares. They're just throwing it out there left and right. Every dude I know can get laid. Even the bums, even the ones that are considered unattractive, fat, skinny, tall, short, they're all getting laid. Finding a woman to be loyal and committed, that is the hardest.
Statistically, that's not true. 40% of dudes haven't had sex in like a year. 30% are virgins. Trust me, most dudes are not getting laid, actually. Most dudes are on a massive dry spell.
Thing that men are having a problem with finding. And this isn't to go back and forth between men and women. It's not. I'm agreeing with her on the woman part. I'm just saying she's wrong on the male part. You have a good day.
I can't be the only girl that just has no interest for men anymore. And I don't mean that like in a sense where I am gay, because I'm not, or where I am hating on men because
well, she's watching bots right here. Look, it's a sausage fest. Don't know what the hell's going on here. But if you're going to events like this, you're running with the wrong crowds. This is straight NPC activity. What are you guys doing? Who are you dancing with? What are you hopping up and down for? Pick up a fucking book, learn to start a business, teach yourself skills with YouTube how-tos, pay for some fucking courses or something if you're interested in programming and shit like that. You have the power to change your life. Instead, you're over here smoking on your fucking whack hookah or your stupid vape pen, jumping up and down, paying a cover of 20, 30, 40, 60, I don't know how many dollars to take a shitty ass nighttime video of some dude with a mic so far down his throat he could probably be deep throating it. The fuck are you doing? And then you want to complain that you're not getting ahead in life? That shit ain't fair, bro. I've done everything I can when you're hopping up and down like a fucking toad. Honestly, I get on men way worse because most men do this shit to themselves. You have the power in your own two fucking hands to change your future. Instead, you're hopping up and down with your stupid ass vape, listening to some dude deep throating a mic. And then you wonder why your bank account balance is negative at the end of the week. This shit is unreal.
I actually love them. It's that they don't excite me. They legit don't excite me. I am very uninterested. I am
bots, the male version of bots. You're watching them all right here.
not impressed. And it's not that they're horrible. It's just that I don't care anymore. I just don't. And I don't know what it is because I used to.
If I could say what is the number one demand these days from good women who are looking for a healthy, long-term partner. It is a man with exceptional emotional intelligence.
There goes the bullshit word spaghetti vomit, dude. Here it is. Emotional intelligence. Here's emotional intelligence. How well you're able to control your emotions. If you're having a fucking mental breakdown every month, you have no emotional intelligence. Practicing stoicism, managing emotions, outbursts, and controlling negative thoughts so that outwardly the way you behave is cool, calm, collected with poise. That's emotional intelligence. Now, which gender typically behaves that way? And when a man behaves with a lot of emotional outbursts, he's typically called what? There's a word for that guy. A bitch. Acting like a bitch. There's a reason we say that.
Just will not do relationships anymore with men that don't have it.
What is the male equivalent to an ick? You know how women have like so many icks?
See, men don't get the ick. What they get is something a little bit different, but it's kind of the same thing. See, when it comes to women, what they're describing as the ick is 99% of the time a moment that a man, looks feminine to them, or, the perception of their masculine energy, is broken for them. And we get the same thing as men, but it is not when a girl does something masculine. It's when a girl does something that makes you realize she is not your wife. And I have the perfect example of this because this one happened to my friend. My friend was once talking to a girl for like 2 months or something like that. He really thought this girl was the one. He was probably only a few weeks away from asking her to be his girlfriend. And he was not expecting much from her. He knew that she was not working. She talked about all the time that she was broke, or at least did not have money because he was always paying for things. And, he didn't expect much. The day of his birthday party actually comes and we're there and he's getting all of these, pretty generic gifts from us. Like I didn't put that much work into it. Literally I got him like a gift card somewhere. Everybody else gave pretty generic gifts. Even his mom got him like, some like nice gym clothes or something like that. But then his girlfriend comes to give the gift. And hers is in a huge box, and there's an envelope. And you'd be surprised what was in the envelope was actually even better than the box. This man opens it up. It is a brand new PS5. He's got NCAA already downloaded into the game. This man is freaking out. He comes over to me. He's like, dude, I'm gonna marry this girl. I have to ask her to be my girlfriend right after this. Then he opens up the envelope. This envelope is a 2-way ticket for them to go on a trip in Cancun, Mexico. This dude is like, this is insane. It's his 24th birthday. It's not even like this is like, a notable birthday. It's like one of the most random birthdays. So like I said, this dude is literally head over heels at this point. He thinks he's going to marry this girl. He actually feels like an idiot that he hasn't even asked her to be his girlfriend yet. But then it dawns on him. He's like, how did she afford this? She literally hasn't even been able to afford any meals or anything for the last week. So he just blatantly asked her like the next day, like, can I ask, like, I'm very thankful, but how did you pay for this? And this girl says with a straight face, thinking he's going to be excited about this, those guys in my DMs that are always messaging me? Yeah, one of them basically said that if I send them feet pics once a week for the next, month, that he would give me $2,000. And she said she started doing that about 5 weeks ago. And now she's got more than 4 different guys that she's doing it for, but it was all for him. Now, this might be a very extreme example of what I am talking about, but oh my God, did he have a big crash from going, oh, she's going to be my wife, to please get the hell away from me, because he didn't want any of the items anymore. This man really was so upset. He didn't keep the PS5 or NCAA. So like I said, this is a very extreme example, but the reality is men don't get the ick like girls do. Men get the, oh my God, she's not my wife, which once a man discovers that, there's pretty much no recovering. So, hey.
No, there's absolutely no recovery. There's not pretty much no recovery, and there's zero. It's a permanent thing you've talked yourself out of. The moment you reveal something like that, that's a red line boundary for a guy. His was feet pics. Other dudes don't care about feet pics, would have pimped their woman out for feet pics. But that dude clearly, you're looking at your PS5, whatever the fuck you got, and you're seeing feet. That's all. You turn it on and the sound reminds you of feet and some strange, ugly dudes, balding and fat and shit with turtle ass bellies, just jacking it to the feet pics of your girl. That shit's crazy.
What do you think?
He did what?
Holy hell. Ladies play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That includes rejection. This one says, man literally quoted a woman. I'm just doing me and doing what feels right and doing whatever feels good for me in the moment. Be happy. They hate that. Passport and mojitos. Insane. Wow, they don't like their own tactics. Huh, imagine that. Unfortunately, women have been taught to party through their 20s instead of thinking about family and the future, not realizing until too late that when they are ready to settle in their 30s, that the men they want are too experienced to want them after being run through in their 20s. Yeah, but society today, it's kind of strange because society today is pumping out more simpy dudes with absolutely no self-esteem, no boundaries whatsoever. And they're going to be quite a few of them. They're really effeminate and women don't actually like them, but they're being settled for. I think there's going to be a huge swath of these guys. Maybe they'll have an awakening watching channels like this and others. Maybe, I don't know. They might be allies for life. I mean, who knows what it's like to be raised under a household with a feminist mother? I have no idea what that kind of upbringing does to your brain, but it's very hard to shake off some of these fundamental childhood traumas that you have as a young man coming into this world that essentially hates you and tells you that you're less than, that you're a predator, that you benefit from the patriarchy, and you've seen no benefits of being a man in the world today. If anything, it's holding you back. So men are starting to wisen up. They're saying, I'm done. I'm going my own way. I don't want to partake in the system. And others that are more fortunate are saying, well, now I'm going to get my passport. I'm going to go overseas. Not only will I not partake in the system, but I won't spend a penny in it either. I will walk away with my wallet. That's where it hurts them the most financially. And that's when I feel like this will be addressed by the government. If a huge swath of men start doing this and leaving the West in general, the tax base starts to shrink, no workers to be found, and then it becomes a government issue. And I wonder, are they going to go with the carrot or the stick method of bringing men back into the West? But we'll see. For now, it seems like it's all stick. The carrots are reserved for women, and men are sick of being beaten. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the second channel. Join the private community. Be a part of some of the calls that we have weekly, 4 of them. Appreciate everybody that's been buying shirts, everybody that's been doing the private consultations. Thank you so much. They go directly to supporting the channel. Links are all in the description below, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.